The Queen's health has left a lot of people concerned after Her Majesty was instructed to rest and had to scrap her in-person appearance at COP26. Royal expert Russell Myers has claimed. Queen Elizabeth II, 95, addressed world leaders virtually at the COP26 Climate Change Summit on Tuesday. Her Majesty cancelled her appearance at the two-week conference in Glasgow last week following her recent overnight stay in hospital, so she could have medical checks. She was also advised by doctors last week to take 2 weeks rest and only conduct light desk-based duties. Appearing in a recorded video message from Windsor Castle, the Queen called on the politicians at COP26 to act for the sake of our children and our children's children. Britain's longest-serving monarch, who next year is set to celebrate 70 years on the throne, said, "None of us will live forever." She also referenced how the impact of the environment on human progress was a subject close to the heart of her late husband Prince Philip. The Duke of Edinburgh, who died aged 99 in April, was a committed environmentalist who was warning about the dangers of pollution as early as the 1960s. The Queen spoke of her pride that the Prince of Wales and Duke of Cambridge, who are both attending COP26, are continuing their father and grandfather's legacy. Last month, the Queen spent her first night in hospital in 8 years as she underwent preliminary investigations. The checks, which Buckingham Palace said were not related to COVID-19, came after she cancelled her planned 2-day trip to Northern Ireland. The Daily Mirror's royal editor Russell Myers has said that a lot of people will be concerned about the Queen's health amid the news. He spoke on royal-themed podcast Pod Save the Queen last week after it was announced that Her Majesty would pull out of COP26. He said, "I think that there will be an awful lot of people who will be quite concerned at the news this week. The Queen will not be attending the COP26 UN Climate Change Conference." Of course, this was the major event that the royal family were being pushed front and center to be at. It's no doubt a huge blow for the government. Mr. Myers also referred to the rare criticism of world leaders the Queen was overheard unleashing as she opened the Welsh Parliament in Cardiff last month. Microphones picked up the monarch speaking about COP26 and saying that it is really irritating when leaders talk, but they don't do. Mr. Myers said, "The Queen was really disappointed and had reluctantly decided to not travel to Glasgow. She really didn't want this to be used as an excuse for people not to go to the climate change conference." She didn't name them, but I think we can guess the ones that she was referring to. Possibly President Xi of China, Putin of Russia, and indeed Scott Morrison from Australia, and really criticizing them for not committing to this big climate change conference. I think that just shows you how committed she was to the event. It'll be a big blow to the organizers.